there would be the KCL team
The KCL
as a whole,
Just all of the
who forced to forfeit the Southampton team, even though apparently.
Welcome to episode 3 of unNUELable. Hi, I'm Spectrion. First time here. You probably know me. If you don't, I cast NSE, Newell, Summer Splash, Insomnia, Epic Land, other things. Mainly with that guy. Maybe too much with that guy. We'll see about that later.
Are you pointing, little bro?
You're pointing into the void.
You actually.
Where's it gone to?
It's like that way.
You're here. You're
That's
here.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it flipped. Okay, well,
You're now pointing the wrong way. Egdar is
Anyway,
high-fiving the wrong way.
I actually don't know what the run of show is because I spent all today just being shafted by internet. So, yeah. What do we got first?
Yeah, so we're gonna start with some power rankings, I believe. First discussing the first results of USS. The first week is over as we're recording it. It just finished like 2 hours ago, 1.5. One of the games went about that. One of the games
Too long.
one of the games ran a bit long, but yeah, so any surprises, any upsets?
Strathers would have went 2-0, except for we got Sky Internet gapped, so there's that. Easy, quick and clean 3-0 versus Oxford. Firstly, getting that out there with the goats.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then secondly, it would have been pretty. We would have won against Hookers, except for we got Sky Internet gapped and wasted so much time that one of our players had to go meet his girlfriend's parents. And
happens to the rest of us.
It means my goofy ass had to play. Me, I was trying to cast,
and this was coming from the cast.
It means in one match I have cast and played tank, DPS, and support.
Perfect.
Actually,
So good.
the best to do it.
Yeah.
It was really funny. I think I was mentioning to you yesterday. I was like, "You're gonna play, right?" And you're like, "I'm probably not gonna play unless like someone's internet dies or something."
Yeah.
It's like I feel like you might have actually just spoken into existence.
Oh, I
Perfect.
might have as
So
well.
good.
We've literally never had internet problems before as well, other than mine.
Also, for reference, for anyone who was watching, I promise I was not high on the broadcast.
He promises he's not high now as well.
Trust him,
Based
guys.
on casting, I'm sure.
My eyes aren't that bad, right? Okay.
They look really bad. They look really bad.
I'm gonna assume it's like lack of sleep because I'm like staying up today, and also hay fever. I'll just assume, but it's hard to tell. But
You should run with it. Like being baked whilst casting, is like kind of like surely you like innovate upon it,
You could be like the fucking casting version of Silvok,
Yeah, no, so good.
High all the time.
If you insist, Ledra.
Surely.
I'm not insisting. I'm just saying it's a suggestion.
Anyway,
brownie opportunity for you.
Yeah. I wanted to ask first, Spectron, how did it feel playing against the Hookers? Because Hookers are the Warwick alumni team, alumni only, actually. So, kind of curious how that felt.
Watching it was pretty fine from like a bias standpoint. Like it seemed pretty reasonable. As a player, I was able to say, I honestly spent the entire game just with Rosden living rent-free in my head. When I played King's Row, then it was kind of okay to play safe because I could just play BAP and sit behind. But when I moved on to Tracer, he like hard clears me 3 times. And I'm like, well, he's literally like jumped around the corner and one-shot me. I can't really do anything. So Rosden might have cooked me a little bit. My excuse is that our sub-tank was only gold, so it's a bit tricky for him. We had to just make up, and like half of our comms was just no, don't in, shit like that. So it was fun though. It was a really good match, and if we actually had like our stock roster the entire time, it would have been like peak content.
Yeah, from what I saw, like in the first map, you guys were like really even.
Dude, the 4K punch was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can we get that up actually?
You also actually, if it can be clipped now, sure, but you also actually like played the Malga against the Hog, which like makes sense, which ICL did not do in their match. Potentially the best Hog player, like right now. So I'm not sure what that was about.
I mean,
ICL Younisco.
So like, as a team, we have not had any practice against anything at any point. This is like my first proper season of me trying to play DPS, for example, and like I I can do things. I can sometimes do things. But I think playing against hog teams in particular, they really, really like emphasize on the mistakes that we make with like rotating and whatever. Like if one person is slightly behind our Ryan shield, then they're just instantly dead. And that happened so many times. Like just finding like magic picks. So I think and I was saying this to our tank player, like I really think we should have just like firmed the Malga. But to be fair, like on that, especially on the first map, we should have won that, to be honest. But there was some like really small mistakes that we made.
Yeah, so Li Jeng was unforced, so I understand that. But can I ask you about the choice to pick Esperanza against a hog player? You knew well that they're just gonna run hog and nothing else,
No,
and you picked one of
not.
the best hog maps in the game.
I think at least my line of thinking was like, I think push realistically is our best map type. And like I'm sure Thrall, you can sort of attest to like us playing push, especially in winter. I think we got like really good at the push mode.
Ahead of Colosseo?
We didn't pick Colosseo because Tom was like, "Oh, you know what? I wanted to play some games yesterday, but my internet was being really, really shit. So I'm not going to be. I haven't played the new Colosseo. So, like, in hindsight, we probably should have picked it anyways.
I feel like even New Queen Street would have been better.
I don't think we're New Queen Street players realistically, but
so Sussex are scary. We know that much.
Very, very scary.
Very scary.
Just a quick shout out to Sussex player Hellgloom, who just did yesterday, as we're recording it, just did a 24-hour charity stream playing on the Overwatch, which is insane, and raised over £1,500 for cat's protection. So big shout out! You're an amazing person. And
things we do for charity.
Exactly.
Yeah, that takes a lot of mental fortitude.
It's very fitting that the charity was for kittens. So
probably more embarrassing than my rap battle for charity, honestly.
Yeah, but you kind of went hard on that rap battle.
I did.
You kind of cooked Gio, like.
I might be the goat.
That is true.
Yeah. So what else do we know about the first round? Any other interesting matches to discuss?
I mean, a funny one is that the Nottingham first team played the Nottingham second team. Rolled that way.
I saw that happen, but
I just saw the entire time through, like, interesting. We don't right now. Nottingham's going to struggle a bit because obviously star DPS player City is trying to like do something boring, like enjoy life. Like he's like
unbelievable.
He's going around Europe with his girlfriend. Like unbelievable, disgusting. How dare the man?
Over Overwatch? Can't believe that.
Yeah, instead of playing Orphan, right? But no, so he's gone for a hot minute. So we are probably not good. Like we lost to Kent today, like for instance, right? Who obviously like Kent are a good team. We've lost them in the past, but like that's a team that we can beat if we have a full roster. But today we got roster gapped a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you can. We've played Kent in our second round as well, and it was a game of all time, definitely. You might expect us to be Doom 160, however, we decided to, just for fun, agree in map chat with Kent on hero bans, just because we rolled the first map and we were like, okay, so let's spice it up a little.
Make things interesting.
So Kent obviously banned Doom first. We banned D.Va because their tank player, Seta, is a really good D.Va player, and we were a bit scared of that. We wanted Matt to actually be able to play the game on hit scan, so that was an obvious pick. But we actually respected the hero ban the entire game and went into a 4-3 King's Row because of a little mild trolling, perhaps. But they're actually a really respectable team. They have really strong alumni, really good tank player. As long as Jackie's not feeding, they can do really well. So
can't always guarantee that, unfortunately.
A lot of the times it's all on him not to run into the enemy backline. But yeah, no, they're pretty strong as well. I can see them like doing well.
Yeah. I mean, do we segue into the power rankings off of that? If we're talking about how good the teams are.
Yeah, no, Loki, yeah, we should.
Let's do it.
Right,
For real, for
so
real.
we have a tier list to do. So,
Yes.
let's start with any obvious picks. So, for possible champions, am I okay to just
Just put in Warwick.
You can
Just
check
quickly
yourself off
slide
of
in? Yeah.
put
Okay.
in Warwick. Just put in. I'd say
Right.
Warwick and Portsmouth.
Sorry, Manchester Beekeepers actually.
Why are you guys the
Warwick-
Manchester
Yeah,
Beekeepers?
I'm sorry. That's going to be so cursed when we cast you. The Manchester
Mm.
Beekeepers, also known as the Warwick First Team. Like, it's like the same thing I mentioned. Like, I'm not sure I mentioned it on last episode, but when we were doing NSE finals and we're creating this narrative about like J9 and Matt Murray, and they play on Novulent and Kitty input.
Oh.
Who are these guys?
Speaking
what are they
of
on
kitty
about?
input, by the way, pretty
Speaking
sure.
of-
Let's see. Let's look at admin chat. I'm pretty sure he changed his name to Kitty Input again.
Oh my god.
Oh
Which is
my.
nice and fun because I don't know. Someone needs to dissect that man's brain.
It is still Kitty Input. He did play
Of
on
course it
Kitty
is.
Input today.
Why?
However, you'll be happy to hear that he might not be available for most matches because he's an adult with an internship. So
No.
I think we might
Ooh.
see other DPS players available for Warwick.
Andreas on DPS? No way.
No, well, you're not seeing that. That's for sure.
Fuck.
That is not happening.
That's too cursed.
We let Andreas play DPS against Bristol today, and he went Widow
Mm.
and didn't hit a single shot in 2 lives,
Just like
as
me,
far as
for
I
real.
know.
That's a projectile player at heart, man.
You will not be seeing Andreas DPS, I can tell you that much.
Mm.
But yeah, so we've got the Manchester Beekeepers as possible champions. Another team
Mhm.
as possible champions. I'm going to put Portsmouth in there because the old Portsmouth roster, another all-alumni team as far as I know, is back with the entire star roster. Their flex support of old Todos is back. Tom Walmsley on IG.
Also, to make things more complicated, Southampton have called themselves the Portsmouth Death Knight.
Yeah.
That's
just
also true.
because. Oh my god, dude. Just-
Unfortunately, they were forced to FF one of their games today because they got robots, but let's not delve into that. As far as I know, it was some player availability issue and slight
I
lateness,
see.
but there's very conflicting
Reports.
reports on what actually
Yeah.
happened, so I'm not gonna delve into that.
Mm.
But it happened. Unfortunately, Southampton lost the first game, which they probably should have won against KCL, but you never know.
Yeah.
They're definitely a very strong roster as well with Derpy Volta. Do they have any alumni? I'm not aware of any.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, so
I
it
think
might
we
just
can
be
put them in like mid-div one.
probably,
I
yeah.
would say.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So let's go
Agree
with
with
Sultan
Mid-div
there.
one.
I really hope I get all the team icons right because the team icons for
Yeah, it's
summer
kind of
are
tricky.
ridiculous. So
Like the fact that Manchester is Warwick and they're on possible champ is like, what are we doing? What are we talking
yeah,
about? man?
if I
Mhm.
get any wrong, please call me out because I need to know. Oh, I actually already got the first one wrong, so that's great.
Good
That's not
stuff.
Southampton. Southampton looks different. Oh yeah.
Do we just go team by team or like tier by tier?
I think we go tier by tier because I think there's
Tier by
Any
some
order
like
is fine, I think.
Okay.
I think for possible champions, I would like to put forward Sussex. Just because I do genuinely think that if with enough practice, these guys are going to be like really fucking scary. Like very, very similar to like the old like Warwick Angels stuff with like just running people down just by playing hog and stuff. Like it's
Honestly, I get it. Honestly, I get what you mean. Like,
it's terrifying because like no one's gonna be prepared for a hog. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like realistically, like
how do you-
it's a lot more difficult than just like, okay guys, just don't get hooked. Just don't get
Yeah.
hooked. Like how hard can it be really? Just don't get
Just
hooked.
don't get hooked. Just play around the
This
hog,
is-
right?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but that is not a ridiculous take from Younisco. Like
Let's
it's
go.
only-
Let's
like,
go.
It's only like a possible champions, but I think I'd like Sussex are scary. I would be.
They
willing
are.
to put
Yeah,
them in that
they
tier.
definitely are.
Like, I mean, to put it simply, Pokes is scary. But
Oaks are terrifying.
No, but like
Oaks is
their
really
entire
scary.
team is very, very well rounded. Like they've got a pretty good
AJX,
back
like ruler, stuff like that.
ruler. They've got they just got a Contenders Asia hit scan player,
Yeah.
which is
What?
really, really cool. If he played for Team Singapore,
Oh damn!
Jesus Christ.
which is pretty cool.
Bro came from Singapore to Sussex University. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean, why not, man? Why not?
There's great things in Sussex, right?
Yeah, I'm
Right?
sure. I'm sure.
Okay, but yeah, I'm happy with Sussex possible champs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think anyone else quite cracks this tier.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, I don't really see anyone else either. Here's the thing, Oxford, but they kind of like they didn't have Renee against Strathers today, right?
Yeah, Renee.
Renee's going to be away from the UK. I'm fairly sure for the majority of us.
He is traveling, as far as I know. So
I mean, provided that like
imagine having a
Renee
life again.
is back to help make playoffs and then can like help Oxford get into playoffs, then like I'm not sure, honestly. I genuinely don't know how they'd stack up against like a new Sussex team. Right? I genuinely don't know.
I think that because in the spirit of summer, I'm sure people would rather spend their time outdoors rather than double blocking or like scrimming twice a week. So I think that quite a lot of teams, and I think us as well, we're probably not going to be as like fully committed into something like this as much as like other teams would be. Like it's summer, like it's chill, like there's not as much on the line as well. So
okay. So I think Oxford we can put like mid div 1 then.
Yeah,
just one step below where like okay, that's fair. Now it's time to figure out which one of these logos is the Oxford one.
It's actually just Oxford's. It's just text. Very simple.
Text.
I can't read, man. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Right. Where do we put? We've already spoken about them, but where do we put Kent then? Is it also mid div 1 team?
I think mid div 1.
Mid div 1. Yeah.
Okay. Which color is the Kent first team? Let's say.
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's a purple.
Purple. Yeah,
oh, perfect. Purple. I knew. All right. Got Kent in mid div 1.
Because we got rode by them today. So, happens to the best of us.
Unlucky. Right, Younisco. Where would you self-assess Younisco? Where would you put yourself?
Would it be such a wild thing to say mid div 1? Because I think we'll be like mid low. We're like mid low. I think we'd probably be like maybe top 10 or something.
If we treat mid div 1 as like 4 to 12, let's say, then sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because I think that like
a lot of teams that would be a mid div 1.
Yeah, 100%. And
surely
it'll be difficult trying to figure out.
Surely you're not gonna drop out of playoffs in the first week again.
Look, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see when it happens, or if it happens in the first place. Because I might just be like chang out my ass, and like we'll be in like div 4 or something. But we'll definitely see. I think I think individually we're pretty good, and I think we all have like a pretty good understanding of how the game works. Believe it or not, it's just like we just need to figure out.
I'm fine to put Younisco in mid div 1 too.
If it gets too bloated, we can move down. But like, yeah, I think it's fine to start.
Bloated, we can adjust.
Well, I'll happily say that we'll probably towards like the lower end of mid div 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Let's go.
Now let's do another logo I can actually recognize. Donuts.
This is another interesting one. It's a similar situation to what Oxford are dealing with, right? That like Sooty's going to be away for a hot minute. So like, but I feel like the rest of the team has been grinding quite hard. I'm really teetering between like there's no way they're lower than like low div 1, top div 2. Like there's no way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just like really teetering between. I'm going to say mid div 1 simply because all we have to do is make playoffs, right? And I feel like because we'll have a lot of matches which will kind of be lost due to not having our full roster. By the time that he's back by like week 3, 4, 5, we'll have like easier seeded matches and just kind of roll through those and then like get through that way. And once we're in the playoffs, we just have to play them, right? So
Just win.
and then
Oh, I can
just
see
win,
it.
just win. And I mean, we
That
got
easy.
pretty far in playoffs. Like it went well. And also, Sooty is officially a Face It champion.
True, yeah.
Along with
True.
players like Horrocks, Nevix, J9 as
J9,
well.
yeah.
Because Warwick weren't overpowered enough, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
I would put Donuts mid Div 1, but maybe on the lower end.
Okay.
That's kind of, but we have the rest of our roster back. Mercs is on like a PC that actually works. Have any of you had the pleasure of playing like against Mercs?
I think
don't-
maybe once in Pugs or something.
He's a lunatic, like in real life. Like we've given like in the server, we've given him like his own schizo channel where only he's allowed to speak. I'm gonna do a very short. Don't worry.
I thought you said there'd be no
not
dramatic readings.
I'll do a very short dramatic.
Let's go.
Okay,
Can we
perfect. Let's go.
can we get a screenshot of this so we can follow along?
From the Merc Schizo channel. Where... yeah. Hang on, one moment.
Sick.
One moment. Still working this. Almost. Where's the right server? There it is. If it's taking too long, just cut it until I'm actually speaking.
Oh,
Yes. Hey guys, I'm on the shitter right now and thought of you all. Hope everyone is doing well. FAQ. Number 1. Is it a good shit? Answer. Yes. The satisfying one, but most likely a long wiper, unfortunately. 2. What's 2 times 4? Answer. 8. 3. 8 D's nuts, bitch. Ahahaha. Answer. Nobody knows. Yeah, that's Mercs. That was a tangent which didn't need to be said, but also it's funny. So
perfect.
whatever.
So
I'm glad it
Point
was said.
is, he's actually a really scary first CPS player as well. So mid Div 1, I'm happy to put Donuts there. Maybe just on the lower end.
Okay. Just a bit of nepotism, but we move
Just a
around.
little bit.
Little.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of nepotism, Strathers.
Yeah,
Where are we putting
exactly.
them? Because like they almost beat.
I'll
the
go last.
hookers,
I'll go
you know?
last. I want to hear everyone's takes first.
I think Strathers are good if they have a full team. I think Strathers are good as long as Spectrion isn't playing, you know.
No, absolutely true. I'm so ass, man.
Sky Internet GIF. Sky Internet GIF.
Yeah.
But like in theory, they should be really good. Cheeseburger's forced to be
Cheeseburger's
reckoned
a
with.
character.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger's a character. I'm still so surprised every time he manages to int some of our games because he's so good at inting, but he's also really good at winning as well. So it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
Strathers just have to earn this tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like
I think. Yeah.
having
Full roster, I'd put like Strats and Donuts like relatively similar to each other.
probably
I
yeah.
can get behind that.
Having seen like the game against the work hookers on stream, at
Mm.
least the parts of it that were on pause.
Yeah.
Especially the first map when you actually had a roster.
Yeah.
You guys looked even, and I rate the work hookers highly. That is very biased, obviously, but like I think they can do well,
Makes fun of
especially
us.
with Gruff on hit, especially with Gruff on hit scan.
Yeah.
And Meta on Flex CPS and Roston and Hog. They're just all like such characters. So with like you going even on that, I can see the mid div one.
Hey, this stream, Roston did not threaten my underwear, which is a
True.
change.
I will say with Strathers, not enough people rate Envy because they're just like actually a goat. Like we're super lucky.
I see Envy a lot on like leaderboards and stuff. Sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting.
Some
Yeah,
of the
I mean, in ranks they normally just play like flex support, but we already have our flex support role filled. And we don't have a hit scan player, so we're like, can you play hit scan? And it's been like for someone who's not in their main role, he's just does like so well. So
For
but
sure.
I want to put some respect on Envy's name.
some
For
of the
sure.
plays that they were doing on stream were disgusting.
He's just the thing is like the my team has an issue with like not playing like it's ranked, like especially Cheeseburger. But the thing is like every time I like check Envy's perspective, it's always just like correct decision making, and that makes me so happy.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think like if we're moving on like a little,
Yeah.
I think we were just talking about what hookers. We have to put in mid div 1. It would kind of be like criminal to not.
Probably
Yeah.
Mid div one's getting really crowded.
It is. I mean, it's obvious.
Wait, which one even is the Warwick Hookers? I can't even.
I think
can't
it's the
the
hog,
one
no?
with it's the road hog with like the little like meme
Yeah.
face thing. That's
So
a
this-
terrible explanation.
There's like a
but-
drawn roadhog.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's
No.
a fucking roadhog.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, because they technically won the series, I'm gonna put them just like to the left of you, but
We would have won if
definitely.
if we didn't get Sky Internet Dift.
well,
Sky
you're gonna
Internet
have to
plus
prove it
Rip
again.
Main tank.
That's true, actually.
Right? Should we do MMU? Another logo I can actually recognize. We're running out of those.
Mid div one.
Div 1, yeah.
I mean, like, ironically, yeah, they probably would be around about there. I would say, just because
Probably,
like
yeah.
they
Oh,
are
CPS goes crazy.
pretty like everyone is like really good, and also being like the hog OTP team, but also Midge is not really a hog OTP, but his hog is also really good. It'll just catch people off guard just because it's like cheese or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who have
I
they
think it's only fair.
played this week? I don't remember what their games were.
I think it was kind of, dare I say, easy games. It was a Kent team 2,
Right.
and then I think Sussex team 2. Yeah, Sussex team 2.
Oh,
Yeah, they
that's
had
fair.
some easy
Okay.
games, so they're not really been tested yet. But like mid div 1 is still
Yeah.
fine for them. If
They
we're
didn't
looking
have
at, like,
Horrocks
teams-
today, so
That's true.
No. If
Sure.
we're looking at teams that are like higher up in the rankings, then there's also Bristol did well this week, 1-1 to a degree. I
Sure.
don't know who they went against, so I don't know if they actually had like.
it was Warwick
went-
and then someone.
Yeah, they went against us first, and we
Sorry,
rolled
go
them. But I don't know the other game.
Who'd they beat?
Played
Bristol.
against Portsmouth, like team like 85 or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they played
I
against they
don't-
played against Corpse Versa.
I mean, did
Interesting.
Bristol really do anything like last time that they were? Have Bristol had like great results in the past? I don't recall.
Like in the past, yeah, but
like,
I'm not sure
how in
about
the
this year. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I remember playing them in playoffs last summer, and that's when they had what's her name? Oh my god, Sabo Tabby.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also their win was like a 2-1 as well. So like they're pretty high in the standings, but I don't think that's.
You think
too
short-lived,
accurate.
maybe?
I think.
I think it's just like a first week kind of thing. I think like maybe like I don't know, like maybe top of Div 2. Maybe
I think
solid
top of
Div
Div
2.
2.
Top.
If I remember correctly, they did. What were the results last split? I'm pretty sure they were in like Div 2 playoffs, like quite high.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Solid Div 2
do
was solid.
mildly remember them playing Work Team 2 and that, or maybe that was Winter Split. But speaking of, let's do
no.
Work Team 2. Team 2 technically. Work Angles.
The angles are
They're up there in the leaderboards, but I'm not sure how lasting that will be.
I mean, the Angels,
like-
the angles are like fine. Like,
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
like
word.
every time we play into them, I don't remember like anyone doing anything particularly interesting. No one like ints crazy hard. No one like kills everyone. You know, it's just like it's bog standard plumbing Overwatch.
That's fair. Do we do?
They won 2-1 against Bournemouth Red Barracudas.
I don't
who-
think Bournemouth are like. I think Bournemouth are like a Div 2 mostly team.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
I've
While
I've
we're here,
interacted
let's
a
put
lot with the people in
in
Bournemouth.
Just solid Div 2 for Bournemouth.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, while we're here. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're like infinitely better than that.
Do we believe low Div 1, top Div 2 for the Work Angles, or?
Yeah,
I could
think
see it.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, low Div 1. Totally. I do think that like they could get Div 1 quite solid. It's because you've skewed like the angles and like the angels and like the retirement home and the hookers and all that shit. Well,
Yeah.
I swear at one point you wanted to name yourself the Fisters, but like that wasn't allowed.
Yeah, we did that last year. It was allowed in no.
You'll allow the Fisters, but
NSC was
did
not
Oh
happy.
yeah, you were called like "Now I Empower My Fist" or something.
It was first I start to Empire right click because it spells out Fista. But I think
Oh, I
NSC,
didn't notice that.
like once NSC playoffs started, they realized like what it spells out, and they told us to change it again.
That's
And we ended up being the Work besties, I think.
God, no fun, man.
So boring. Can't believe it.
Mhm.
All right. What other teams we discussed?
Cuphead.
Well, we have still
Um,
so many left, but
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
how many of them are like real teams?
Yeah.
Newcastle
mean,
used to have good alumni.
They didn't check in
Newcastle
today.
They didn't
Newcastle.
check in today. That's
I
great,
see.
actually. That's so helpful. Based on that,
I
let's
mean-
put them into the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to rehabilitate yourself
Yeah.
before the next unNUELable.
Have to show up. You know. The
Yeah.
rest / unknowns.
SMH.
I think in unknowns we're good to put like, I don't know, like, do we know anything about the Manchester Labourers, for instance?
Nope.
No.
No.
Like,
I think my
okay.
team 4 played against them last split.
Yeah,
That's like the only thing I
anything
remember.
about, like,
Which Manchester team is the first team and which is the second? Is
I
it
think Labourers is the first, the second, I mean.
right,
And then
yeah.
there's like another one, which
Yeah,
is like,
Mayhem.
yeah.
I
Oh, wait, no, that's fucking
Speaking
3.
of
I can't
them,
actually tell.
they did really well last split, but I don't know to what extent the roster carried over to summer, because I know some of them might be busy. So for Manchester, I would do a cautious low div 1, top div 2.
That's Mayhem, right?
That's
Oh,
Mayhem,
Mayhem.
yeah, the first team.
Yeah.
Mayhem's
Okay.
first team, yep.
Because I can definitely see it if they have like the right players, but if they don't, then it's a div 2 or even less. So
I just had a look at their team. They're pretty good. I mean, like, I don't think anything Div 1 worthy good, but I think they're decent.
So then, yeah, top div 2 probably.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the fairest thing to do.
yeah, let's do that.
Reasonable.
Right. I'm going to quickly assign some remaining Warwick teams to the rest because
Oh no.
I'm so sorry, Warwick
man.
Wraiths. I love you, such like kind
You
people,
don't
but
know the Warwick Wraiths? Oh man.
I
Those
do know
guys
the
are
Warwick
so
Wraiths, but
Unbelievable.
I do not believe they make Div 2, I think. I'm so sorry.
You can
So you hate your fellow students? That's
Yes, that's exactly correct.
If we
actually
were
checks
able
out.
to field another team, I would instantly throw us into the rest. When we used to play a B team, that was like me, the tank you saw sub today, a couple others. It was it's the bueno.
pretty.
Strathers
My
Green would be
exception-
very firmly in the unknowns.
My exception is like this is a hill I'll die on. Coconut's solid div 2. Yeah, like easily solid div 2.
Okay.
If we have Bournemouth in solid div 2, our Coconuts roster would take that any single day of the week. Everyone's like super stepped up on the second team. It's easy clap.
What are we
Okay.
thinking about Peanuts
I will
then?
Peanuts are probably in the rest.
Fair enough, yeah.
They're not unknowns. That I get along well with. all
Shout
of
out Peanuts.
them. Shout out! Hey, look, the AI generated art goes crazy.
I was gonna say that, like, that's cool
Yeah.
art, and I started looking at it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Our
I
logo
don't
is
know
also
how-
AI generated.
I prefer Butternuts, honestly. Like, it's not we didn't feel Butternuts because we only had 3 teams, but like the Butternuts logo, I'll just like send it in the chat separately. But Butternuts logo actually goes kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'll just send that separately.
So I'm gonna shove in Kent Team 3 into the rest as well.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
good.
think. Kent Team
Sounds
2
good.
though. From what I know what the roster is, I feel like they can do Div 2.
Yeah, I can agree.
Because they have Lid the ball player, they have Ed the Life Weaver player. It's very much a very kind of character heavy team. Very quirky one.
Character heavy
But
bangs,
Again-
actually.
Again, it's going to catch so many teams off guard because why the fuck is there a Life Weaver and why are we losing to a Life Weaver? Guys, just kill
Yeah.
the Life Weaver,
yeah.
and then they lose to the Life Weaver and they're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. So I can see a solid Div 2 for sure, but are
Yeah.
we thinking low Div 1, top Div 2?
I don't think so.
No, not really.
I don't think they're like again. I don't think many of these lower teams or like the teams that aren't like the team 1 of a university. I don't think many of them are trying. Like, fair
That's
enough.
also
Like,
true,
go-
yeah.
I
go-
don't think many people are like trying.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Yeah.
also
I don't
true.
think many. I don't think any are, to be fair.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But
knows?
there's maybe somebody. You never know.
Yeah, we want to see Warwick fucking triple blocking every day.
We actually haven't scrimmed yet this split.
Uh-huh.
Let's put that out there. The Warwick
Keep
first
telling
team,
yourself that.
the Warwick
We've got
Hookers
first
did.
scrims tomorrow, but we've got a LAN to play, so
The Warwick
Ah.
Hookers scrimmed. The Manchester Beekeepers did not.
I
So
see.
all you tryhards out there, I know ICL scrimmed as well.
When? What?
Wait, did you not?
We scrimmed? Since when?
Oh,
We have not scrimmed. The last time we played was that London lock-in thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
basically like a scrim.
we scrimmed for that by playing one of the teams I was in it, and like it was not really.
I see.
Yeah, that was the day I got very, very close to Younisco.
That was very, very, very close. I was
Yeah,
in
very
his presence. In his
Oh
presence.
my.
Yeah, my gamer stench was on me.
Oh, pheromones,
Right.
even not even stench, just
Pheromones.
pheromones.
I'm surprised.
That's a crazy thing to say.
I'm surprised that being an underground gaming arena, like everyone, like no one actually stunk. Like I'm surprised.
Yeah, but like after like the fourth hour, you can tell it was like it was getting raunchy in there, you know.
I think people
Raunchy.
don't realize that different like types of video gamer like smell different amounts. Like objectively, the worst smelling gamer, Valorant players. Those guys.
Really? I mean,
Mhm.
I was gonna more say League, but like you know,
I haven't interacted with League players. I have not interacted with League players. I want to keep it that way.
stay away.
Every time I go Epic Land, it's always the Valorant players who you can smell from a mile off. The CS players you can hear. But
You hear 'em.
nah,
It's
yeah,
all the senses, and the Overwatch players. What, you touch them?
they touch you.
Oh, nice. Yes, that's why I got into Overwatch cast single time. Anyway, tier lists. So
Yeah.
yes, as we were
What
saying,
other good teams are there? Blue Jays are good, right?
Blue
They're a
Jays are
decent
like
team.
low div 1. Solid.
Blue Jays are always. I genuinely think that these guys aren't going to move anywhere below or anywhere away from the low div one.
Yeah, I see them like that all the time, and it like
They're
nothing
just
ever
collecting
changes.
They're just collecting their royalty checks.
Maybe-
Yeah, I mean,
Fair
why
enough,
not,
though.
man?
Maybe this
not?
summer is the
nothing wrong
time.
with that, it's still,
The
but,
time of the
like,
Blue Jays. What gives you that impression?
Yeah, shout out Blue Jays. Hopefully you prove us wrong. But for now you are stuck in low div 1. So
Yeah.
Good.
Lobsters? Leicester Lobsters?
yeah.
I'm looking on the the page. Where the hell are they?
They do not exist apparently.
What?
Oh really?
Oh, okay. We have.
Yeah,
the
I guess
Lobsters
I
on the
don't think
tier
they checked in
list, but
today.
Oh. Well,
Well, they don't
into
exist.
the
Well, they're in
unknowns
the
they go
rest.
then.
Rip.
I'm lucky.
Now
I th-
Roehampton Dynasty.
They're solid, right?
They're solid, but who's on their summer roster? Younisco, can we get a peek?
They didn't play today either, so I wish I could tell you, man.
Oh,
Can't believe it.
Do we pop them in the unknown then? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
maybe.
so.
I mean, like in theory, they would be like a low div 1 team. I'm fairly
Yeah.
sure. But if they're not playing, or if they're gonna struggle to field a team, then
yeah, I think that's a big one. Like, will they actually have teams? And
Yeah,
people
exactly.
that can't get a team every week, well, then like you're not gonna really
not
make
gonna be
it.
the greatest.
Yeah.
There's difference between like not having a full roster and then just not having a roster. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There is the KCL team that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Who, albeit
Overwatch.
they went Overwatch, which is like the derpy Doom like
I
icon.
see.
They did go 1-1 today after receiving a forfeit win
Against Southampton.
against Southampton
Yeah.
Team 1, which some could argue is a tad bit Mickey Mouse. But I do still think that their team is pretty good. Aside
and then
from that,
they got 2-0 by Sussex, so that happens.
Yep.
You know.
I was talking to one of their DPS players, breeding toy.
The goat.
I was saying you are going to get pokested, and then they messaged me and they're like, "Yeah, we got pokested."
I'd
like,
say low. I'm happy with low div 1.
I'm happy with that as well.
Yeah.
So,
They've got a pretty good team. They still lack the main support because everyone else is because the actual main support player is playing DPS.
This is an odd one. I can briefly talk for Nerf Moira. That's Nottingham Trent's team. They have Pad, who's kind of a nutcase. He's kind of like the hard carry, but I am willing to put Nerf Moira in low Div 1, top Div 2. Definitely
Really?
more on the
Really?
definitely
Off of
more on
one,
the-
respectfully, off
They
of one player.
got 2-0'd by Warwick Angles.
Oh, did they? Oh,
I would say
mind.
maybe solid div 2. Maybe solid div 2.
Never mind. Solid Div
Mm.
2. Clearly, I was not familiar with their game. I
No,
apologize.
no. Warwick Angle's gonna take it all. Top.
Rio.
Oh, there's
True,
got
true.
2-0'd by Blue Jays, brother. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't look. I didn't. I was like, I was kind of high on the team, but then like results today.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not actually high though?
It's the.
Can we get like a blood test, Edgar?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not peeing in a cup for you.
I'm
not
gonna
peeing-
need you to pee in a cup, please.
No, damn it, not again. It's just like last time I was on unNUELable.
We have forgot about a fairly significant team that is Durham.
Oh yeah.
Are they
Who-
significant
I would say they're significant by history.
significant.
I
by
know
history?
I know the roster
Historically,
for
they're
summer
very
is very, very limited compared to like their usual team one, but
Yeah, the drunk drivers.
We 2-0'd them today.
oh.
With me triple blinking into their spawn on Midtown.
Hmm.
I see.
I mean,
Call
like,
it
they-
a solid Div 2 then?
Like
Yeah.
they have PT, they have Gangster Ghana, but like
Yeah.
those
Gangster
aren't-
Ghana got a disgusting clip against me on
Hmm.
Lijiang. I could probably try and like clip it for you.
I feel like
they're really
this is
strong
actually
players, but,
disgusting.
like, the rest of their roster and like players like who was that hit scan who was like really strong?
LJ?
Mantra or LG.
Like Mantra and like those like
They
Mantra.
have like insane players, but they just don't play in
But they're
summer
not
as far as I
playing,
know.
so-
I think
just-
if there is a chance, like for the like sheer chance of one of their players sometimes popping in for a match or two, they're definitely like in solid div 2. Because if like Mantra decides that he has nothing to do on a Thursday night and decides to go in for like 2 matches, that's instantly like a massive boost for the team. So
Oh, for sure.
I believe in them. Solid div 2. Prove us wrong if you'd like.
Feel free. Every team, feel free to that's watching.
Yeah.
Feel free to prove us wrong. We are smooth brain after all.
We're gonna get so
Mhm.
many people being like, "Oh no, you underrated us so much."
And also, obviously, we're all racing our own teams. That's just kind of how it works.
That's also true, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We put Strathers in. What do we put us in? Like mid Div 1.
Yeah,
We are finishing in Division 2. All our players are going to like have a hemorrhage halfway through like playing, and we're going to lose to like I don't know, like coconuts. It's gonna be insane.
Hmm.
Hey,
Happens.
that would go crazy. I would love
It actually would go crazy. It'd be incredible content, and I wouldn't even be that mad. But like you know, just getting my disclaimers out the way.
Fair play.
Fair enough, yeah.
Are there any other like super significant teams?
I think we haven't talked about Loughborough.
We haven't.
Oh
no.
yeah, Loughborough here.
Yeah, they're probably like high mid Div 1, right?
When did they play today?
Like, assuming- I mean, today today they played Sussex like team like 18.
Yeah.
And then the round 1 was Anglia Ruskin, like Humegalo. But like if they can like get their like main roster together, i.e. they have a beak and they have
we have to say mid Div 1 then. We can't have
Oh wait, there's no
off the back of,
Booga?
like, there's
Yeah,
no Booga,
I don't think
but, like,
Booga's playing.
That's fine.
Yeah, no Booga is a problem, but like they still have like like Derpy, Jake, a Beak, like Izzy, like
Still a
good
fairly
players.
strong roster, yeah.
It is a they reminded me it is a very weirdly pleasant roster.
Weirdly, it's so weirdly pleasant. Mid Div
So
1,
weirdly pleasant.
Very weirdly pleasant.
Booga.
So mid Div 1 then?
Yeah.
Right. We are so running out of space in mid Div 1. I'm like
It was
Constantly-
3-6.
I
and-
think like we polish off like the more known teams and then we just
Yeah.
kind of dump it.
Yeah.
because the way so like for the
So-
viewers, the way I cropped the tier list, currently you're not gonna see some of the teams in mid Div 1, but I am shuffling them around so you can see them from time to time.
Yes.
They're there.
We run a tight
Try to
ship,
remember. But yeah, I can't help it. So What
Of
other
course.
good teams are there?
I think
Sheffield Dragons, maybe.
Hmm.
Like
We Scrim 2.3.
we screwed 2.3.
I don't know. I don't know about we scrimmed 2.3. My lord.
There was a GIF.
I mean, like they had. They beat Peanuts today. That's not that much of an achievement. Sorry, Peanuts. I love you guys really. And then they beat. And then they beat Kent's team too as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's interesting. Well, I mean, if by that logic, then if what Kent team 2 is in what solid
Div 2,
right?
yeah.
Well, then we kind of have to put Sheffield there as well.
Yeah.
By virtue.
Yeah.
All right, Sheffield solid Div 2. We'll take it.
Congratulations, Sheffield.
Good job.
What
Sheffield
about-
isn't a real place, unfortunately, but like other than that,
True.
Unlucky.
We haven't talked about Abate. Team Liam.
lean.
Did Abate have their full roster? I can't remember.
They do not have IMAX, is what I'm saying. They do not have their
It's
other
over.
intimidating Sim 1 trick.
There is so many Sim 1 tricks just around. Why do we keep letting this happen as a society?
The Meta 1
That
effect.
happens, man. Unfortunately, I've
Uh-huh.
also been having to play a lot of Sim because we're playing like Rhine comps and stuff. I am unfortunately not Meta 1.
I know. When we played against Abate, I was like full 5. They were like, I would say like low Div 1, but if they're lacking 1, then it's kind of just like high Div 2.
Yeah, like they had to 2-1 Lancaster, and Lancaster, they're like
Lancaster
okay.
got guts, don't they?
They have guts, yeah.
Guts
I
do
is,
don't know.
actually,
guts
yeah.
is a
Yeah,
pretty good guy.
respect to one of the rare other Scottish teams.
Now, what's their icon? That's what I'd like to know.
It's like a blue eagle looking thing.
Yeah,
Blue eagle looking thing.
yeah. So where are we putting them?
I'll find it in a
Right.
bit.
It's solid Div 2, I'd say.
One. Solid Div 2? Okay. Done with that.
Blue eagle looking thing. I can't
Yeah,
find
it's
it.
like it's like
It's the biggest bird. I'll send you a screenshot of it, my darling.
Sure, yeah.
It's so scuffed. I've just like screenshotted like the tiniest image.
Oh, it's that one. Awesome, thank you so much.
It is. You are so welcome. I love you romantically. I mean, moving on. Anyway, tier list.
Yes. Yeah, this exists.
Yes.
I think
Tier list.
I don't think there's any other ones I've mentioned, to be honest. I can happily say that like the Hatsune Miku Winton thing.
Yeah.
That's our team 2, who are currently struggling with trying to find 5 people every week.
Okay.
I see.
Or are going to. Because some people just don't show up. I'm fairly sure David has uninstalled Overwatch, so
Lovely.
We once had to forfeit our games because one of our players went out clubbing and didn't tell us. And we were like 10 minutes into our pause time, and we called them. Like, where are you at? He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm at the club. Sorry guys," and then just hung up and went back to partying. So kind
of based.
Kind
a
of
little
based,
bit.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, we wanted to win.
I mean, I feel like that's the list then. I don't.
Yeah, I think.
I think we're kind of done with that now.
Everything else is just kind of in the rest.
I don't see any of the other teams being particularly notable. If we missed someone out and you feel really, really bad about it, let us know. However, we're probably not going to act on it. Yeah, go cry on Twitter, on YouTube comments.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we have 3 possible champions, just to conclude. The Manchester Beekeepers, which is the WordPress team, the old Portsmouth roster, and the Sussex Sharks.
Scary Sussex.
Very scary. Hog.
Okay, Hogan did.
So yeah, in that case, let's move on. Let's talk about any caster takes. My first question to both of you, really, since we have both of you on the show. What's it like to be a caster? How did you get into it? What's your story? What do you think about it? Anything, really?
Need the law.
So you want to do it first, Edgar, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first because I'm the yapper. I mean, like, in terms of why I wanted to get into casting, I was always kind of like a big I was a theatre kid, I'll be honest, like drama, public speaking, acting, that kind of stuff. I was always like into that, big fan, and I liked video games, and so I was just like, well, how can I because when it's like getting into esports, like you can get into it just based off what your talents are. If you're good at the game, play the game. If you have a brain, coach, right? If you really like staring at players for like hours a day, then observe for some reason, right? Respect to observers, but I don't personally see the joy in that job. I'll be
that
honest.
and producing, I love you guys, and honestly, you have the actual hard jobs,
They're
but like I
great.
don't really get
Yeah.
it.
Observing
Yeah,
is
but,
good
like-
fun. I did it for like like 2 maps or something. It was good fun.
Okay. Yeah, but like from my perspective, it was like, look, like my skills were that in public speaking, like acting, stuff like that. So it's like, well, casting, see, perfect. So I found broadcast.gg, joined the server, and first org was alternate. I think that's actually where I met Spec as well.
Yeah,
They
it was.
get me a job, and like you just kind of go from there. You start with one org, you look out for more jobs, you'll get more and more, you get more experience, make sure that you put together like your little like resume of like the gigs that you've done, make a reel when you have the time, and it's not that deep. Work on getting better at it, and there you are. That's how I got into it. Just it's about your skill set, you know. If you like being in front of an audience and you like being like on the camera, and you like not being the center of attention, the attention's always on the players, right? But you're going to have a lot of eyes on you. If you're not comfortable with that, don't cast. If you are, then consider it.
For me, because as like a very different, I've had a pretty different journey into casting generally. I'm a bit of a different like outlook on it as well. But for me, I started casting because one of my friends was a semi-pro Counter-Strike player, and I wanted to stream his games to our friends because no one was streaming it anywhere else. So I just started like casting them to like Discord streams. But I just like did that for a while because I thought it was fun. And then like a year 6 months ago now, it was about that I just like joined Broadcast GG and just hopped on a random person's broadcast because I thought sounds like a laugh, and just like kept running it down from there. I literally just did it because I like talking. I like talking about games I like. And also with Overwatch specifically, I would just get really, really angry about people saying wrong things on color segments. Like, I'm sure we all remember like a clip or two where a caster just like said something and they're like, what are you talking about? And you know, I'm not saying I'm the cleverest person ever. I'm not saying I'm the cleverest person ever, but I'm just like, I'm going to try and research. I'm going to try and say things that are largely correct. And if I'm wrong, you guys can always blame me and I will be like, fair enough, I fucked up.
No.
Yeah. What's that thing where it's like what's that thing where it was like the caster was like they've swapped to Genji so they can like deflect like it was really
I remember this. I forget. This was on the main like OWCS stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't remember it exactly, but it was something.
It was like you get to deflect like Sojourn rails or some shit, and I'm like,
yeah, it was like they picked Genji and Sojourn to deflect the rail shots, and it's like, I see.
For sure,
right?
man.
Oh, smart. So smart.
I still remember
in terms of what's it like. Sorry, go on.
No, I still remember like a moment from I think season 6 of Overwatch League, so like the main broadcast. Like I'm pretty sure it was in playoffs as well. There was someone playing Zen and they counter swapped to Sombra, and one of the callcasters was like, "Yeah, Sombra's a great pick into Zen because her EMP just nullifies all shields, and Zenyatta just has so much shield health." Even though that's not been a thing for like what 2 years. So yeah, no, great quality, guys. But yeah, you were saying.
I mean,
sorry.
just like because like it was also like in terms of what it's like, and so I'll answer and then Spec say as well. It's so chill. It's so chill, man. Like it's generally like being good at the job generally helps if you are good at the job. I do think I'm far from perfect, but like I'm definitely capable. You know, I'm confident in that sense. Again, always room to improve, but like all right, you know. And then like people are just so nice and so chill because like it turns out that if you say nice things about players in game, like they're generally nice back to you. That and like you also get like ingrained in the world of esports. It's the cheat code, you know. Instead of grinding the game to like play it, you just yell at it instead, and then suddenly like you're part of the world of esports. And it's like, well, this is great because like most of the time, esports is a wonderful community to be in, you know. So that's what I say. It's
until
like,
they start
so fun.
writing copy pastas about you and thirsting over you on Twitter.
I mean, for me,
Yeah,
like casting is a
yeah,
pretty.
crazy.
So I try and like practice a lot because I find that I'm only good when I've been casting like a lot recently. Anytime I build up my rust really quickly, so I just like cast a lot. But for me, it's like it's a lot of my life at this point. It's like anytime I watch a broadcast, I'm not thinking, oh, this is fun. I'm like, why are they casting this way? Oh, look, they've messed this bit up. You know, it's just like half of what I think about. I think one thing with casting that people don't think about is that it is actually pretty technical. There's actually a lot of elements that you need to think about when you're casting. It's I know we always say it's just like get up and start talking, but if you get up and start talking, you're going to int a lot. So
Hinting and casting, you had it here first.
Yeah, so it's important to like have a decent idea of what you're doing. I try and like get other casters to like take a look at what I'm doing every month or so I can make sure I'm not being a stupid wanker. But I do a lot of practice and VOD review and talking to people and stuff like that. Especially as a color caster as well.
You're VOD reviewing your casting.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
I know someone needs to do that.
Crazy. Well, like this is like kind of like the small difference between like Spec and I, where it's like number one, the point he made about casting rust, it's so real. Like it's so real, and it's unbelievable how when you haven't done it for so long, it feels like so strange. Like you're off your rhythm, you're not like calling things because like play by play is obviously slightly different. Provided that your energy's good and you keep track of what's happening, you still need to know ball, but like less than color, right? Like you can get away with like knowing general basics and principles, right? But casting rust is so real. Like if you're out of practice, then just like do a practice before you go in because like you will feel it. The other thing is like we kind of have go on.
Do you ever like cast scrims just to get like back into the kind of casting rhythm or like cast comp games?
I like to send it. I like to just send it and like shit on someone's broadcast. Like for me, like I'm gonna be so real with you. I have like a tier list in my head of how much I care, and I try a lot harder if I care. So for example, if I'm doing like a LAN, right? If I'm doing like Insomnia or Epic LAN, I'm running it down. I'm trying as hard as I can. I'm locked in, you know. But if I'm doing like unpaid North American bronze players, I'm not here, you know. I'm just like doing it because I want to talk, or maybe they're paying me, or like whatever. Like
yeah.
Then
so like so if I'm washed up, then I will like warm up for like a broadcast I care about. But if it's something I don't care about, then you know they get what they expect.
Then in that case, if it's like a hypothetical, like let's say you're in front of like there's like 200 viewers or something, but it's unpaid work.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would still just like you're like not really bothered about, or is like the whole like being paid in exposure thing like an actual thing that you might have to consider?
I think this is if I'm able to take this question, Spec. I'm sorry, you had some man. Like this is because I think like we're like slightly different in this sense because full-time casting is kind of like the dream, right? I think that's something that Spec's pursuing far more heavily than I am, right? Obviously, like, I love the craft and I have a lot of respect for it, but to me, this is always like a side job, right? I don't like it's great if it happens, but I don't see a future in it for myself, to be perfectly honest. I more so keep it because I do enjoy doing it. Like, a big thing is that I cast Overwatch, but as odd as it sounds, I also cast Dead by Daylight. Sounds weird, but Dead by Daylight is consistently the most viewers I get. Like, I did like the final stream at one point that got like, I think it was like 7,000 viewers or like something like that. And yeah, it's ridiculous. And so it depends on how much you care, because I know that like Spec's spoken in the past about like how like some gigs, like if they aren't paid, then like you won't like do it, which is fair enough. For me, it's just like I do this more on the back burner. If I make money out of it, that's nice, but I don't see this as my main like way of income at any point, you know.
That's fine.
I think for me, I think the question was kind of if it's unpaid but if they have 200 viewers, but I care more or less. For me, the viewer count is like not my problem. Whatever the viewers is, like that's on the org for like advertising it. That's on for like them to attract viewers. Like I know that the however I cast, that's not my problem. You know, Casters are very good for like retention of views.
Yeah.
We're not good for like bring them in.
Yeah.
So I care a lot more about how prestigious an event is in my head. Like, are the players strong or not? Like, if I'm casting like CGL, but I'm getting to cast like the old Cheer Cold roster, like I'm gonna be a lot more excited about that than if I'm casting to more people, but I'm casting like bronze, like or not bronze maybe, but maybe let's say diamonds collegiate tournament.
Yeah.
You know,
Players,
to me,
fair
like
enough.
it's the clout of the players, I guess, is what make me care more or less.
that's a really good point. That's why like we both enjoyed doing university esports this year so much, because we know all the players, we're friends with a lot of the players, right? Like,
Exactly.
We are some of the players in your case after
Oh,
today.
God.
We are some of the players, so like knowing the players also helps a lot.
I will say one last thing about casting is that sometimes, at least for me, being able to do like lands and stuff, it really does like make you think like I have done something really cool. Like obviously I was in Manchester a couple days ago to do the 3v3 tournament, and when I was there I was like, this is like a fantastic time. It's one of those experiences that make you remember like you're a proper esporter, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like lands are just the very final thing, and then like we'll move on.
Yeah.
Lands are the peak of casting, not just because it's an environment, but like it's also just practically better. Like when I'm at home, I have to worry about like, is my fan being too loud? Am I gonna make enough noise like the neighbors get it? If I
Is my
open
internet
window,
gonna die?
is the internet gonna die if the window open? Will a moth fly into my face or like stuff like that? When you're on that, like everything just gets. That's why like even sometimes when the casting isn't amazing, because I think me and Spec both have this for not in Spec's case, guy's an absolute unit, but the Epic 41 finals from like, because like obviously I looked back on how I did. I don't think that's like the best actual cast I've ever done, but because of the hype, because of the crowd, because I'd had a couple bevs in me by that point, and because it was such a hype game, like it is like still like the best work I've done, even though it wasn't like the actual best. I'd say that's more like Newell finals or so was the best actual casting I did. Like the environment changes so much. So
yeah, I want to talk about that as well, because like especially when you're casting online, I have no way of communicating to my co-caster other than like maybe I can type them a Discord message. But if it's like in person, then I can just like wave in front of somebody's face to be like, shut the fuck up, it's my turn now. Or I can gesture, I can actually like bounce off the energy of my co-caster a lot easier. That's one really big advantage of it. And the other thing is that I think Egg mentioned it a little bit, but having crowd energy, oh my god, it makes it so much easier. You know, if I'm generating hype in my bedroom, there's like clothes all over the floor, like dirty dishes. It's not the same as if I'm sitting there and there's like people behind me who's screaming when something cool happens. Then it makes it so much easier to control the energy.
Yeah.
So like LAN is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you say that because I literally remember at Epic 40, I think at one point you just turned to me and you were just like, dude, stop speaking so much. Let me talk. And I'm like, all right, bet.
Honestly, that's the thing I say most when I cast to my co-casters.
Yeah, very.
It's like
very
it's not anyone's like fault in particular. It's just play-by-play casters really like to talk, and so
understandable.
I did it, but I think that's it for casting and all that. So,
yeah, I would say like
wonderful.
As a last thing, actually, last thing.
Oh my lord!
Like about lands, like from a player POV, like whenever like I saw you guys like at Epic 40 or 41, just like standing there like on that like little caster desk and just like going wild, like yapping and everything. It just looks so like it just looks amazing, honestly. It like lifts up the event so much than like if it's the casters online, because you can just see like you guys just enjoy it so much, and in your element. Yeah, the audience is a few bevs in and everyone's just shouting, everyone's just fucking calling out every single pause, every single kill. It's just such an atmosphere. It really makes you happy to be like in esports, like somehow involved.
How cute.
Yeah,
very cute.
It was like it's like literally like after like Epic 41 finals was something like that, where realistically, like practically, was it a big deal? Not really. There was a crowd of like 50 or so, like maybe like 40 viewers or so. But after, it literally felt like it was almost like, this is going to sound maybe a little like cringy, but I almost felt depressed after, because it was like it was such a high point of like the finals, and then after I'm just like, well, return to regular life now, you know?
Yeah.
There it is, but it was
The
a great,
post-land
it's just
depression is a
great
real
matchup.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Post-land
100% real.
depression is even if you're not playing, even if you're just
Yeah, like when I
yeah.
went to like the Rocket League LAN last like 2 or 3 years ago or something. After I came back home after those like couple of days and stuff, I was just like,
It's
what's the
something
point in
that's
living?
not-
What's the
yeah.
point in living at this point? Like,
Mhm.
What do you even do at that point? Like, everything's
Actually,
boring, everything
yeah.
sucks.
Okay.
Mm.
We did go 5 minutes over our yapping time slot.
I mean, like,
Yes.
what can you really expect when you give like two casters just a time to like talk about
Just
anything?
let them
Like,
talk.
Mm.
like,
That's the one thing they're really good at, talking.
just yapping all the time. But yeah, in that case, let's move on to the quiz. Very exciting, I know.
yeah,
Okay. Forward to it.
very very exciting.
So,
Um,
yeah, Younisco, take the floor.
Sick. So before I explain the quiz and stuff, I want to just go through all three of yous.
Mm.
How good is your knowledge about Overwatch maps? Would you say?
Terrible. I know the maps. Like I know how the shapes are off by heart. But if you showed me a photo of a map, I have no idea what it is.
Perfect. You,
Okay.
Edgar?
Perfectly average, I guess. I don't spend my time because I know this is gonna be. You're gonna show me like a pigeon in like the corner of some map somewhere. Like, no, guys, you don't understand. This is obviously Winter King's Row. You can tell based off the way the lighting reflects off this brick, and it's like I don't really give a fuck. But like, pop off.
I would
And the
say I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I'm the player here, as opposed to these two. Although Spec is also a player as of today, but I would say I'm quite good at those like cheeky little corners at maps. So I'm excited.
Awesome. So Spec actually just sort of like hit the nail on the head with what I'm going to be showing you guys. So I'm going to show you guys a picture of a map. It could be any map that exists. So it could also be deathmatch. It could also be deathmatch maps or any discontinued modes like 2CP.
After the flag, bro.
Yep. And these are all locations that you can access using any hero.
Okay.
So I'm not going to show you like a rooftop that you can only get by doing such a specific like Doom parkour fucking jump thing.
Okay.
I'm going to give you probably 15 or 20 seconds to write down in the chat. I'm gonna put in the unNUELable chat. What map it is. You have to be specific on what map it is, but not like the times. I don't want to tell you like I don't care if it's like evening fucking Coliseo or something.
Yeah.
If it's a control map, you'll have to tell me what the control point name is. And if it's a seasonal map, you'll have to tell me what the seasonal map is. So if there's like King's Row Winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll net you 1 point if you get that right. You'll also be given another additional point if you tell me where on the map it is, and like just like a general description of where it is.
Okay.
So if you say it's in the first point mega room, if it's at the second point stairs, that'll be more than enough.
Okay.
And yeah.
We're gonna
with that,
probably track the score somewhere on screen through post production.
I can.
But
I don't have a piece of paper anywhere near me.
No, I don't either.
Magic editors.
We'll figure out who won post production.
Yeah. For the viewers, feel free to check your own scores and let us know how well you did.
Feel free to join in.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Share in the comments.
And do we send the messages like all at once or?
Yeah. So I'll count down. I'll go 3, 2, 1. You tell me again, like the general description of where it is and what map it is.
Okay.
I think it starts off decently easy, and there are some that like throw you off, and some whatever. You'll see. I'm sure you guys will like get up to speed with it.
Okay.
So with that, here is map 1.
Okay.
Okay, this is an easy one at least.
Okay. Good.
Do we care about full map name?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
As long as it's clear what we're talking about. That's fair enough.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the description. I forgot about that. Damn.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys,
say
you guys
Shambali.
are right. It is Shambali indeed.
Mhm.
It is so annoying in my ranked games whenever people are unable to walk up those stairs, even though it is the most painfully obvious thing known to man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Here is
Okay,
map.
what's up next? What we got? What we got?
Here's map 2.
Guys, we'll see how cooked I am. Okay, that's an easy one as well.
Okay, yeah.
That is okay.
5,
The map is obvious.
4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1. So you guys are right. Is each for answer. But Egdar and Spectrion actually got it right, and Jakob didn't.
Shit.
Yeah,
really?
there we
This
are.
is the room next to the
Like forward
next to
spawn
the
check.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. God, I
Um,
just realized. I thought it's like the little mini room, like
I
kind of-
have reveal videos as well, which I'll probably like spam. I'll spam at the end of this, at the end
Okay.
of all of this.
Like all in
but
like
we can-
very quick cut succession.
Yeah, but like you'll see, I'm gonna like zoom
Okay.
out and everything. You know, I put way too much effort
Yeah.
into this. I feel
Okay, I need to look
Probably
in.
worth playing this.
sick.
I
Okay,
like this.
it is
Okay, number three.
map 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the fuck is Snacks Ramen?
That's what the building is called. It says right
Is it?
there. It's Snacks Ramas. Yeah.
I actually don't know the name of the building.
It's like the one right next to like
Hmm.
Point Cap. That's Snacks Ramas,
Oh,
like the green
interesting.
one.
Yeah, so I think Jakob is the only one that's going to be
Yeah.
netting any points here because
I
it is
forgot
it is
where it
Blizzard
was.
World Winter. There is no Halloween, unfortunately.
I saw green and my brain like fell apart, but I know it's the first
Yeah, I mean, there are presents right there, man. I don't know. Man.
Yeah, I might be stupid. Like I might actually be stupid.
What if my Christmases were not joyous and merry?
True. What if they are just
Hmm.
filled with some
I
greenness?
gotta say, Edgar, second point.
Yeah, I thought so. I genuinely didn't know. So I just kind of threw. Like I thought it was like kind of like maybe like the high ground like second point, but
Maybe.
It's all StarCraft
No.
themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, here is map 4.
Okay, that's true.
That is.
Just count from 3 at this point. 3, 2, 1. So it is Colosseo, and it is outside of the spawn room. So like as soon as you walk out, you know, on the left side is a stairs that goes up to like a little high ground
Oh,
bit.
I never used
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's like the
That's a-
hit scan window. Right
That's
there
like a
up
hit
the
scan.
stairs.
Like your Ana can sometimes stand there and has some nice
I
LOSs.
one trick tracer. I literally never have to walk there.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair
true.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
play ball, man. I'm never using this.
What the fuck is that?
Wonderful. It is map 5.
Okay, that is.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're all correct with that.
Everyone got it. Yeah.
That's
You're
It
correct
took
with
me
that.
a minute. It did take me a minute. I'll be honest. I was like,
I remember the map. I didn't remember what it was called. I almost put Circuit Royale.
I was thinking about that for so long as well.
Slightly unrelated, but I now every time I try and say Circuit, Casino Royale, the James Bond film, I have to say Circuit Royale first. I actually have brain worms.
You have to explain to your IRL friends. It's like, oh, this is something I do. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Just silly and whimsical in nature.
And possibly stupid as well.
I wouldn't say that.
But very handsome.
Here's map 6.
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Three, two, one.
I have no fucking clue where on the map that is.
I do not.
Yeah.
know. I do not.
You see,
I didn't learn my. I've never learned my Samoa point names.
so this
Yeah.
is
I know
Samoa-
Volcano and
this
other
is-
ones.
This is
Oh,
Samoa
it's Samoa.
downtown.
Downtown. That's
Right.
what it's called. I knew it was called that, but I couldn't remember what.
So
I do not.
if you're
I've
able
never
to
seen
visualize this,
Mm.
so if you
Right.
know where the high ground is, on like the outer edge of where the high ground is, there's like
Yeah.
the stairs that lead up to it.
Yeah.
There's like a little
Come
shop
on.
next
oh,
to
no
that.
way.
Dude, I've literally never seen this in my life. Never.
No, me
Perfect.
neither.
That I've seen it, but I couldn't remember what the point was called. That's so annoying.
That's why I said
The village
Navani,
center
I'm
was
like,
was
I've
was
never seen
quite
it.
was quite a good guess, I would say.
Hmm.
Awesome. I'm glad that I've thrown people off with that.
We're getting on to like the nail biters now.
A little bit. Here's map 7.
Uh, oh my god.
That's
my
a.
God, indeed.
That's a wow.
Got like 5 more seconds or so.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you the 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
I'm finishing typing.
Midtown.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So-
I don't know.
Found the Overwatch 2 player.
Spec and Jakob are correct.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
Volskaya.
Yeah,
This
I
is
suck at
actually the room next to the elevator on second point.
That's
So
that.
you're walking towards the
Oh,
elevator.
Yeah.
It's like the elevator on the right. You've got like a little right room.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the
it's
mega
same
room?
shape-
Is that the
it's
mega
same
there?
shape- No, there's nothing there.
No, there's nothing
in
there.
that room. It's
Oh, yeah, no, I remember it now,
how many maps do we have? How many maps do we have?
We have 15 total.
15.
So
Okay, we can
we
make
are-
the points back. We can make the points back.
We're just
I
about
need to make
passing
the points
halfway.
back. I'm
It's-
throwing.
it's so
Like,
winnable.
I'm like Nambani.
Yeah, you need to look in.
Yeah, for real.
Here is map 8.
Can't... Oh.
I'm glad I'm making you guys think about this. This is so good.
I don't know where on the map this is. Where is
Three.
it?
I have no idea either.
2, 1.
Oh.
I actually feel like I'm gonna give Spec both points.
Yeah!
Really?
Because it is Surabasa. This is like in the back alley when you walk up to the fountain point. I'll actually post because this is probably a good time to post because like you guys clearly don't see it.
Yeah.
But here's the reveal video.
I've never seen this bike or cart in my life.
Oh, it's
Like, you
right
see-
there.
These are tracer spots, bro.
Who goes there?
I've never
Tracer
walked.
players.
I've
Tracer
never even
players.
walked there.
I'm fairly sure there's a health pack somewhere here.
There's someone around, yeah.
Yeah, but like, why
So-
would you have to go there? It's so out of
the, way,
place.
the way you can guess is because no other map has those style of signs.
Except Anubis. That's why I thought.
No,
Anubis don't have these signs. They're placed
Fine.
similarly. But the
Oh,
actual
like
signs are
the
different.
Right.
posters. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
awesome.
Oh man, I'm not logging
Yeah.
in.
My bad for
Reason.
not researching the
Put-
posters on every map.
Put some like rainbow videos in the background.
Awesome.
Oh,
Here is map 9.
Oh,
What is that?
I
It's
don't
kind of
think
pretty,
I've ever
isn't
seen
it?
that.
This is
Oh, yeah.
this is like desktop background type things, you know.
True, actually, yeah. Reminds me of that like scene in Star Wars, like the second Star Wars movie.
1.
I actually have no clue.
It's one of the deathmatch maps.
It is one of the deathmatch maps.
Fuck.
Oh, I can't
It
remember what
is.
it's called.
It is Malavento.
I'm never.
Oh, it's that one, yeah.
Oh, I got.
I was thinking like this looks Italian, but like it's not Rialto, so like what other map could
I
it
was
be?
so close.
I think-
I remembered it was a deathmatch map, but not which one it was. I'm so sad.
I think it's
I know
it's not
roughly.
Castillo because Castillo has like a really like harsh orange sun,
It's also got really steep.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like a something like that.
Mm.
I suppose it helps that I've seen so much like 3v3 maps recently, so
Yeah, that's true.
so I know my Lookout Elim maps, but it's like the actual deathmatch maps I just don't know.
I get you. I get you.
Man. Oh man.
You guys are doing great so far. I'm sure someone's keeping track of score somewhere.
This is the time where I will say, "Shut the fuck
It
up."
is.
Honestly,
Actually-
Edgar might retire after this.
It is map
Oh
10.
my god. Okay.
Three, two, one. So Jakob and Egdar are correct. It is New Junk City, and it is outside of one of the spawn rooms. What have I written down? I've written down as the description: shop walking towards the middle point on bomb flat side.
Sure.
Like it's specifically on the bomb flat side.
Yeah,
I'm going to put up an extra point for people if you are able to name the name of the tattoo shop that I have taken this picture in. I don't think it's
you.
anywhere in this picture.
Fuck you.
I'm not getting that, man. No way.
Yeah, it's not anywhere in this picture.
No chance, no chance.
No chance.
It's a tattoo store.
Spec, you got nothing?
Do you know what kind? Firstly, I don't know, but you know what kind of person would be really good at these games?
Who?
Third-person observers spend all their time looking
Oh,
around.
100%.
Yeah, true, actually.
No, I was thinking that maybe casters would be pretty good at this because, like,
Yeah.
you are watching what the observers are watching in a way.
No, every single time I'm discovering things. Get like AJ Butter or someone in.
Yeah, get Butter, get Lottie in. Like they'll fucking cook this. Like, oh yeah.
Honestly, not the worst idea. Honestly,
I
not the worst
stare at
idea.
corners of the maps all the time.
So, the name of this tattoo shop is called Stab and Squeal.
Is it? I
That
didn't
does
know that
not
before.
sound like a place I want to get my tattoos.
Yeah, but it's like sort of thematic around like the Junker Queen type
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Sure.
we've got like fucking like Knots. We got like Good Tattoo Studio and like Neon Gold.
Bro, I would much
Like-
rather go somewhere called Stab and Steel than Good Tattoo Studio.
Yeah,
Hey,
so true
hey,
actually.
Good Tattoo Studio have hooked me up. All right, they've hooked me up. They've treated
Okay.
me right. They've treated me right.
It
Okay,
is
what was our
map
next?
11.
Oh, okay, surely.
Hang on. Need like. Oh, hang on.
I'll count down from 5 for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you guys are right. It is. It's like if you're
almost
looking up the
about
first
to-
point, it's like to the left.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was almost about to beef like ridiculously and say like fucking like Ayuthia. Like
Ayutthaya.
Oh my god.
Ayutthaya, yeah, whatever.
Right, if that
So I
map comes
was
out,
like-
I'm so cooked. Like unbelievable.
I mean, there's
You
no
are
promises. There's no
Noah.
promises.
Hmm.
Cool. I think that one is like surprisingly recognizable.
Yeah, I think
This
it
is-
like
nothing
Paris
else
is like
uses
such an
art.
aesthetic.
Yeah, nothing else uses Art
Yeah.
Nouveau in Overwatch.
Yeah.
I was very very tempted to go to the other piano, but that one is so often used in like the
Yeah.
RP
Oh
servers.
yeah, true.
we
Yeah.
would've got it.
I feel like it would be a little bit too easy.
Man, this
here
has been
is-
hard so far.
Map 12.
That is.
Trying
I've forgotten the map name. It's
Yes.
2, 1.
Wait, I'm
I forgot the
typing.
map name. I forgot the map name. It's Paraiso. I hate my life.
It's
I knew
the
it was called
It is.
that.
it's the
It
corner.
is that.
Hon-
It is
honestly,
it is-
I didn't get that from the inside room. I got it from the view outside.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
that's what
When you
gave
walk
it to
out
me.
there, like that's where the mega is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mega.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
which
I swear to God, I live in this flank, and I just forgot what the map was called.
The
It's so
second,
good.
I do like your attempt.
Second
Second
point.
one.
Screaming.
Do I get
Uh,
half a point?
Sure, because I think it's redundant to get half a point.
Or
so-
intentions.
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
Fun fact: the little sign with like the little cow thing.
Mm.
I got bored, so I googled what it meant. It means like butcher shop, but also
Ah.
according to Wikipedia, informally, it also means like brothel. So
Nice.
Right. Nice.
Do with that info what you will, I guess.
Get
You
your
learn
meat.
something new on the unNUELable
Get your
podcast. We're acquiring
So-
meat by the daily.
It is map 13.
Oh, that's simple.
Yeah,
Oh, which map is it? Fuck.
indeed. Which map is it?
Which point is it? Oh, maybe that's a.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's this. It has to be Sanctum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are right. It is Sanctum.
Is that like
Um,
The
stupid?
in my-
only issue I had there was like, I'm like, wait, I forgot if Sanctum was Shrine for a second.
Yeah, same. I get
Yeah.
those confused
Yeah.
all the time.
It's him.
It's
Same,
really
same,
silly because like on those like old maps like Nepal, like Numbani, you have those like mega rooms that are like absolutely fucking useless.
Yeah,
did
bro,
you know
every
that-
time we play for this mega.
Like
In
there's
my-
so many like health packs next to like attacker spawn on the Numbani, and like who's gonna have a fight there?
But I feel like genuinely, like when the game released, all the release maps, none of the health packs make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, is
Dude,
it? There's
I
no
For
health
sure.
pack in the game that's as
I don't know
valuable
what
as
it is,
outside
but,
on what's it called? Elios Ruins. Mega health pack there.
Yeah.
Best in the game. Objectively.
Dude, Shrine is insane for Mega, especially as Bull. Like, it's insane for Megas. I can just, like, walk around the map and get, like, 6 Megas in, like, 20 seconds.
Mm, it is
Yeah.
stupid. Funny enough, like in my little description thing, I wrote mega room outside of spawn. There's a mega here. Like I,
Yeah, actually.
There
How
it
many
is.
times have you been there?
I feel like never.
Unless you're
unfortunately.
getting like hard spawn count, like there's nothing going on
I've
there.
never
Maybe
been
it's
hard
like-
spawn camped in my life. I'll have you know.
Like, I'd say
Sorry.
maybe if you're trying to hide behind for a flank, but, like, surely you would just play, like, you know, like, make them push through the choke and then jump off.
Yeah. You would be playing probably more towards the other mega, like on the little
Yeah,
drop down
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Here is map 14.
I'm gonna kill myself in its
No, this isn't that. That is.
Three, two,
Okay.
1.
Oh,
Let's
We
go.
have-
Three different answers,
None of you
let's
guys,
go.
have, like,
none of-
three
none of you guys
different
got it. Let's fucking
really?
go.
What map
was
is this?
I'm actually gonna post the reveal
The
and not
video.
say anything.
We'll find in
We're
real
gonna be
time.
so mad, aren't we?
Maybe.
I swear to God, I've never seen this video
Oh
in my
no
life.
way! I hope you have a great night.
I've
Let's
never
go.
seen that before in my life. I've never seen that before in my life.
So yeah, it was Castillo, and I wrote room opposite Sombra's office / room.
Oh my
Dude.
lord. No, I'm never getting that. I'm sorry. That's insane.
No, that's
And
Unreal.
like I'm speaking from like a very like I know what this is, so obviously it is this. Like I feel like those like the weapon boxes are like decently recognizable, I would say.
Shut the
But I
fuck up,
haven't played a
Younisco.
lot of. Yeah, sorry,
You have
my
to
bad,
play-
man.
you have to play Castillo,
man.
though.
Yeah, I haven't
And
played
I-
much Castillo, so I feel like I'm just like coping, even though I've never.
Like, if there's any time I would recognize this, it's right now because I've just played a 3v3 and a 1v1 tournament
Yeah.
on those maps. And
Yeah.
it's not even
by the way,
a...
I've got a fun little tidbit about that after this this game finishes.
Sure.
Sure. We are
You
on
guys
to our
know
last
that.
map,
Oh.
and I swear to God, if
Exciting.
any of you fuckers get this, get a life. I'm posting it now.
I know where it is, but I can't remember what the map's called. Rats.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
Oh,
so you guys are just like interestingly
Real life
weird, you know.
I didn't. When am I able to clarify, like where I mean, like you have the bot and then you turn the first corner, and then like on that first straightaway, it's on like the right side. Am I able to clarify that, or is it not?
It doesn't matter. I think you both are like. If I show you the reveal, you'll be like, yeah, that's what I meant. But it.
Yeah, that's...
This is only because we scrimmed this as a team. Like
You scrimmed this
like-
map already?
yeah, already like
Damn.
3 days ago, like Nottingham, like that, like we scrimmed it, and
Why?
I was on ball, and because we were bored. and I was on ball, and like they just had a Brig Ana who just bunkered in this room, like their life fucking depended on it, and they just couldn't die because it was just small room syndrome. It's like fucking hell, man, small rooms and that. But yeah, no. So Thrall and I don't have a life, which is nice.
Yeah,
I forgot what Runa Sappy was called, man.
Aww.
Instantly left my brain.
I mean, it's a fun map. What are your guys' thoughts on the map?
I actually really like her.
I mean, I only had one map, and we got reverse swept on push, which is always rough. So it was like they just fucking small roomed us to death. But
Yeah.
it was alright.
I really like it. I think that like it's got a good balance of like having flank angles and long sight lines, so it doesn't feel like you're like forced to play anything. You know, if you play like a circuit, it's like cool, GG. They have Widowmaker.
Yeah.
You just have to like match the range, but it feels like you can kind of get away with anything. Brawl feels like it's going to be kind of terrible here, but everything else feels like really, really playable. I think it's a great map.
I feel like even Brawl with like very coordinated rotations can work here, just because like you can take like all those like different menu like small rooms and flank angles
Avoiding
and
the com
actually
zones.
avoid all the com zones, and it could actually work.
If you know, you know.
It definitely like it's a very balanced map, like you said. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, Overwatch developers. You made this and also the Colosseum rework in one patch. Like actually good.
Yeah.
Actually,
Also, thumbs up to Younisco for making the quiz.
Thank you, Younisco.
Thank you, Younisco. Speaking of Younisco and the 3v3 1v1 tournament, does anyone remember this piece of paper?
No,
because this is what we used to do the giveaways with.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
And this was the last one I was handed for the AOC Gaming 27-inch monitor. I can't remember. Is my video flipped or not?
I mean, if you flip it, then we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you, can you guys read this?
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
So what happened, right, is that we rolled it way too early. So this was before all the entries are in. So we selected Younisco before like a couple people had entered. So you got fucking done.
Oh, no way.
What is this ICL bias? These guys literally just won 5 monitors in the London Lock-in.
So like I'm not as pissed.
The 2 people that got randomized are Younisco and Carl. It's just like
that is so funny.
Share the monitors with the rest of us, please.
Dude, I got like 10 entries in that, man. I need a monitor.
What?
Man. Yeah, I entered that. Like,
Oh no, I
thought you said you have 10 inches. I was like, what?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard as well.
You said entries, okay.
Yeah, I heard inches as well, man. Like,
hey.
Because you're also talking about your monitor. I'm like, what do you mean you've got a 10-inch monitor?
Monitor, right? That's what we're talking
Right?
about.
Yeah,
I brought that shit from Manchester. Oh my god.
Jesus. It was a good bit.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What do we have now? It's I believe it's
So
right?
yeah, client of the week. I haven't actually prepared a text box, so
I have a suggestion.
Oh,
I have
well.
a suggestion. Strathers Onyx Sheep is fucking internet.
That's
I'm
my
sorry,
vote. That's my vote.
It has ruined Edgar's mental for the foreseeable future.
How is the Westie casting?
Dude, okay, so like it wasn't just a case of like again, like this isn't Flame to Westie. He's a really cool guy, very capable of juicing all that, but he's obviously not a caster, right? So one, it was a struggle. Number 2, his game was 10 seconds ahead of mine the whole time. His speed was just ahead of mine. So like he's like calling out like random stuff, but like again, because he's not a caster, he just kind of mutters it, just like Barrage got 3. And I'm just here like, what Barrage? so like Sheep's internet managed to deny Strathers an upset win. It managed to
upset
ruin my mental health.
It would be an upset.
It would be an upset.
It would definitely be an upset. Yeah, it managed to ruin my mental health. It managed to fuck up the stream and cause the match to go for like 2 hours. Like, yeah, it also delayed the recording of unNUELable, which is like the most
so true.
thing, right?
It's a terrible crime.
I
It really is.
I mean, that's my vote, but if anyone else has suggestions, then like
That's a pretty good vote.
Anyone else? I mean, we can't leave it to be just Sheep.
Just that would be me.
Sure, there's other people.
There would be the KCL team
The case
as a whole.
Just all of
who,
got posted.
who forced to forfeit the Southampton team, even though
Mhm.
apparently they were 2 minutes, like literally 2 minutes away from like actually getting into the game because I think they had to like download a patch or something.
Well, here's like a quick question. Like,
Mm.
what's everyone's opinion here on rule booking your opponent?
I would
I think
say
it depends if it's a funny reason for rule booking or not.
Yeah,
if
but-
like the game actually matters and like it's something like that is important, sure, like it's reasonable, but like we're in a summer tournament in the first week. That was the first, game as well.
Not even the first.
None of this is gonna matter. And the reason is slightly petty, I would say. If they truly were like 2 minutes away, I can't confirm that. I don't know for sure, but
I can't confirm that
if
either.
that's the actual reason, then
This is what I've
Yeah,
heard. I've heard.
yeah,
We spread misinformation on the internet. So
Exactly.
That's true. Okay, I think it's fair though. So, Sheep Overwatch, also known as Rory McCulloch, you are our client of the week.
I love how you've just doxed the
Doxed
man.
him.
yeah, just full government name.
I'll post his address too if he keeps on trolling my games.
The next client of the week that unNUELable does, they just like show up to their house and just like wait at the. They just bring the camera to the house.
Yeah.
No, we just get the Warwick Angels Twitter account to just tweet out like a pair of coordinates.
Sheep, make sure
It's
to.
like the John Quinones "What would you do" type thing. And they like show up at the house with a microphone and shit.
Sheep, you're gonna receive a package. Make sure to open it.
And open it outdoors, preferably, but for your own safety.
Or indoors if you feel generous.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
There we are.
that's
No other
it. That's
I mean,
everything. I think.
That's us.
I feel like that's it for client of the week.
Yeah. We don't have anything else. So unless someone has.
And
something
also,
to
I
add.
now need to pack to leave my house to get on a 3 a.m. train coach to London, so that I can get to Plymouth because life is pain and misery.
Enjoy.
No,
I'm sure that's
I
gonna
think
be fun.
it's us then. So thank you everyone who's been watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter if that's a thing that you have and want to use. Remember, if you've got a client of the week suggestion, put it down as well. First time I had a good time. I was chilling, even if I did maybe come second. I want to guess in the quiz.
We'll find out.
It's fully guessing.
We'll find out. Yeah.
You're so much better at intros and outros than I am. You should actually be the host here. But...
Okay. You gonna finish it then?
But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you before playoffs, I think. Not making any promises. Bye.
In a bit.
Recording now, so whenever you're ready, yeah.
Hi
Let me
there,
just-
and welcome. Fuck.
Sorry, I need to.
I was channeling my chi, man.
I need to check the audio.
We can keep the bloopers. We can keep the bloopers. for
It's
the
still-
end,
it's
at
still
the end
rec-
credits.
It's
The
still
end
recording.
credits.
I just need
Okay,
to check
when are we ready? When are we ready?
We're ready whenever.